Hi, I'm Catherine Mortensen. We're broadcasting from the States and Nation Policy Summit in Washington, D.C. My special guest right now is Tom Llewellyn with the organization, the Fiscal Sustainability Foundation. And tell us what kind of progress you've been able to make here at the SNPs.
This is absolutely amazing. We have had a tremendous following because we have three model policies from ALEC that are being pursued by all 50 states simultaneously. We have accomplished the threshold to call for an Article 5 convention, but we need to make sure all the states are prepared. And now we've been able to talk to the state legislators from so many states and get them on board to get this rolling. We have Congress ready with a simple majority to call and acknowledge the count, call the convention for the states to gather and propose an amendment to fix the fiscal broken system in Washington. This can be done with a simple majority vote in Congress to simply acknowledge that they've been addicted to spending and that we now have a solution for the states to be able to propose an answer that's been long overdue. We have Ken Cuccinelli in the wings waiting to sue Congress if necessary because the absolute proof of this accomplishment of the count is published in the congressional record. So we have unequivocal open and shut case, according to Ken, that the issue of calling a convention should have been done decades ago.
So calling a convention of the states, right?
That's one subject.
With one subject, which is to try to rein in the government spending.
Yeah, basically, we're talking about putting together a long-term glide path of slowing the growth of the government to a more sustainable level. This is what's been accomplished in Switzerland over the past couple decades. They were on the exact same path that Greece was on, but chose this path instead. And now they're the number one economic force in Europe, and other countries in Europe are modeling their policies to a more sustainable government. Colorado, this past year, issued a $1,500 check per family to be able to funds that are above and beyond tax refunds, simply because they had reached their spending threshold this year and had to give the money back. Other states use that money for other purposes rather than helping the people get through inflation. We have now in front of us a broken system where there are several different spirals that are threatening this country. Countries are starting and institutions are starting to back away from buying our bonds, like Japan 3 weeks ago announced that. Inflation is starting a compounded problem of pushing out discretionary spending in the federal budget to the point where we're going to start to have problems with military spending and other programs and putting Social Security on life support. And we also are having a reduced economy because of the debt to GDP ratios that are causing the revenues to be declined, and again, a death spiral associated with that. So how broke does the system have to be in order to move this forward? Hopefully it doesn't reach that critical point that we can now get this taken care of before a crisis occurs.
And Tom, I just put up the name of your website, stopinflating.us. Let's share that screen so our viewers can get a sense of what's going on that website. Look at those numbers going up. That looks like me pumping gas. What are we actually looking at?
That is showing how inflation is a key part of the problem here. That when you have, certainly energy policies are causing, part of inflation. But when you have the government pouring more money in by excessive spending, you're also causing the value of the dollar to deteriorate. Now we have not only the debt soaring, but we have prices at the pump and in the stores, and in grocery stores, all pressure, and utilities pressuring the family budgets that are out there, causing more pain.
And over on the left side of the website,
is the rolling federal debt. That's increasing.
There's so many sets of numbers there. Are we? Is this trillions
That's
or billions?
30 trillion right there. and
30
rising.
trillion. Holy smokes.
The actual numbers equate to the fact that we're going further into the hole by $2 billion every single day, the longer this waits. That's why we're also calling for ratification by a vote of the people. We want the people to have a chance in the next one or two Novembers coming down the pike, to be able to vote this into law virtually overnight, with the states using that option. The same option that was used to repeal prohibition, for the same reason that we'd want to do that now, to have it more timely and to reduce the pressures and threats to legislators of outside influences that the legislators in 1933 repealing prohibition wanted to avoid. Now we have a whole army of people in suits and ties that would be pressuring state legislators to maintain the status quo of excessive spending. We need to be able to get a handle on this. The gravy train is over. And it's time for this crisis to end by getting America back on the right track.
Tom Llewellyn with the Fiscal Sustainability Foundation, and the website is stopinflating.us.
Model policies are already in place that ALEC has, 3 of them for each state to pursue immediately. We are looking forward to really pursuing action across the board. Now, whether they're in favor of Article 5 or not, they need to be part of this discussion.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on another ALEC TV broadcast.